Welcome to GamerU's tips and tricks for Might and Magic Heroes Online. This video is for players that are just starting out, maybe new to the game and the genre itself, and are probably wondering, well, which character is best for me, Might Hero or Magic Hero? For veterans of turn-based strategy, it won't matter too much, but to new players it will, and there are some thoughts to consider. To begin, let's start from the beginning and explain what are the differences between a Might Hero and a Magic Hero. The basic difference is that Might Heroes can bring more troops into battle, including one additional stack of troops. However, Magic Heroes get an extra turn per battle and some excellent additional spells too. It's hard to put in perspective how incredibly useful that is, especially early in the game, and especially for new players early in the game, until you see it for yourself. A Magic Hero can either themselves attack twice per round, or even better, heal and buff each round, or heal and attack, and so on. This one feature can let newbies pull themselves out of jams that Might Heroes cannot, not without relying on consumables like scrolls or potions. In fact, an easy tactic for especially early game Magic Heroes in the campaign is to have your army stick to defending themselves while your Magic Hero does most of everything, including attacking, in addition to healing, buffing, and neutralizing those attacking enemy forces. In fact, if you're a good Magic player, you can get through a lot of battles in the game with minimal or even zero casualties. It's pretty easy. Simply decline an enemy offer to retreat and leave one weak enemy stack alive first. You can cast a spell such as Torpor or Pacification on it if you have to keep it docile, and then you have you and your healing units restore all their damage, as much as you can before their charges and your mana run out. By doing this, you can get through battles with no casualties and be swimming in surplus troops as a result. My classes can do this as well, of course, but with limited mana and no second turn, it won't be as easy. All in all, if you're worried about making a lot of mistakes in the early game as you learn, well, Magic Heroes can help compensate for that. So are there any advantages to using Might Heroes? Yes, there are, but they have to reach at least a double-digit levels to really start taking advantage of them. Once they do, they start getting more leadership per level, which means more and more troops are allowed in each stack. This means you can build some really high stack levels of even premium units, such as elites and champions. This is in addition to some big stat bonuses they inherently get, especially luck. Really gives them a leg up as they progress. Problem is, like mentioned earlier, it takes them a while to get to this point, and so until then, most of your extra stacks you can bring into battle will probably end up being healing units, not combat units. Another issue is resources. As a result of being so reliant on their armies, Might players have to learn and commit to a lot more resource farming and planning, such as getting construction permits, gold, crystals, all those things to finance their armies. Now, they do get an extra move per round at level 22, but then so do Magic Heroes. So all in all, if you're new and want an easier time, go with Magic Heroes. But if you want to stay with Might and you can't decide between Heaven Knight and Death Knight, I'd say go with Death Knight. Haven characters probably have better units overall, but the Death Knights have access to Torpor, which will knock out even a champion stack for a few rounds. And they have Raise Dead, which will buff their healing spells every time a stack dies, making the early game a lot easier for them than the Haven Knights. Well, that's all for now. Stay tuned to GamerU for more info on Might and Magic Heroes Online.